All you hoes, you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. All you hoes don't give a damn what you wanna do.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.
Yes. Yes. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another edition, another stream, another live stream here on the Chaos Reign Show. I am Chaos Reign here. And y'all see the thumbnail, see the title. And I let this rock as long as I had to let it rock. Because when things like this happen throughout the social media, digital media space, a lot of things has to be questioned. I think that one thing needs to be questioned most is what is the real intention and agenda when you see things like this on the internet? What outcome is supposed to produce? That's the thing that comes to my mind. But nonetheless, you know, it is what it is. I'm just looking at some things right now. All right, let me check, make sure everything's good. All right, so I'm gonna hope you guys are following me on Twitter. I am on Twitter, and I might do some streams on Twitter very soon to mix up a little bit. And really, truly, this has to be looked at and discussed, not because everybody else said that this needs to be discussed, but really, truly, it's really saying something about what really is the intention of a lot of, you know, creators, especially like the one you see on the thumbnail. What's his real intention going on these platforms doing what he does? Nonetheless, let's play the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and let's begin.
Not the full thing.
Second show of the year, we jumping it on. Y'all already know what's up. I'm Corey Holcomb, eating these cherry sours I shouldn't be eating.
And another thing, I'm going to look up to see how old Corey Holcomb really is, because I know how old Anton Daniels is. Anton is 43, about to turn 44 this year. And these are two older, middle-aged, late-aged men. And the funny thing about all of this, a lot of people say that Anton did something, then Corey won. But we're going to watch this from the start and give some real honest opinions on this. Let's go.
This is Darlene or OG Ortiz, for people who don't know.
Thank you for that. Oh my God, not the full thing.
I was on time. I'm gonna just say that.
Hey,
Yes,
we
it is.
expected it. I already knew. That's why I got here almost on time.
I was on time.
My man, you dig what I'm saying? A lot of y'all know. We said he was coming. Anton in the house. Hey man, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you're here, because people need to see a clash like this. Not a clash within something bad, just people who got something to say, like what you say and what I say. I think it's gonna be interesting.
I do too. Yeah. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, we had a great conversation too. We had time before you got here, so we had a great conversation.
I buttered it up, so
You don't need to butter.
I made sure that she felt good about this.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to butter.
We still trying to get Shannon Sharp on here, so Darlene can have something to do after the show that she'll be proud of.
Oh, brother. Too old. That man don't want this.
Well, I know
Your chat is they tough.
Who
I
cares?
noticed
They
that.
think they tough?
They think they tough.
Yeah. They be out there.
They not that tough.
Uh-oh.
We
You
seen
charging them up.
we seen
Uh-oh, here we
we
go.
seen
Yeah.
worse. You know, I don't pay attention to niggas that don't got no profile picture.
You know, I always
I
hate
promise to
motherfuckers
God,
talk,
bro.
And they scared to step forward.
I don't pay attention. I think them type of niggas jerk off in their socks.
Yeah.
Well, now they've gotten so savvy where they can actually.
I mean, yeah, you could say that. You could really say that, but it's much deeper than that. Most of these do that, create accounts, steal photos. Hell, it happened to me one time. One of my when I was watching other people's content, I know somebody stole a photo of the Chaos Reign symbol and tried to pose as me. And I told them that's not me. Some people are not smart. They just don't really verify, make sure it's an actual channel. Because this channel, Chaos Reign Show, is an actual channel, which has a couple thousand subscribers. It's that simple. Just verify, make sure it's the person, the content creator. Don't just sit there, go by the whim. If I know, it's probably them, probably create a fake account just to start some shit. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Let's go.
Put a picture, but open it up and it's like, oh, no post, no nothing. It's like,
Somebody
oh,
said-
okay.
We don't take that serious.
Exactly. Keyboard cowards is what I call them.
Somebody said, what Craig had, he on time out. Craig had a show, fool.
That's right.
Craig going out here doing his thing.
Papa Craig.
But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but
We gonna try?
there's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show
We
about.
gotta get there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
All right, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm talking
that's a
about
part
this
of the
nation,
game.
the U.S.
That's the part of the game.
When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. Do you think-
Everybody done been conquered. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't
Like what? Give me an example.
Like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
You a smart man.
Right. I studied
So-
it. I know all about it.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African American male, I know how I got here. I was
Right.
not. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were
sold by
robbed.
Africans.
They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You say all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
They just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so you're saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us. Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No,
Why do you
hold
think-
on. Let's
why-
stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people. That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is
Was slavery in the United States before?
slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, then this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
What do you mean when you say what you need?
What do y'all want?
What
Like,
do you want?
because y'all complaining about it over and over again, and I'm trying to understand what is it that y'all looking for? What is going to help
a
y'all?
whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions oriented, and I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
But I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through.
Like-
You've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't
And so-
understand. What are you saying? Like, I'm
because
trying to
most of the
make
niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes, definitively.
Come on, man.
Definitively. You have a greater chance of being killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
But do you
That's a
understand,
fact.
Do you understand that it's made like that on purpose? The position
It's the system.
that-
The system
position
against
that-
us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who is my people?
black people, do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think
claim-
something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
Black is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's why
brown.
you start
Brown
believing it.
then.
No.
Maybe I'm
We not
brown.
brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
that. Oh, well, what are we?
We not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other
Now this guy talking about he's a follower of Christ and Jesus Christ and don't believe in a lot. No, he does believe in it, because for most black people, a good book that talks about how Mr. Charlie turned you into good old Christians is How to Make a Negro a Christian, or the book by Charles Colcott Jones. And matter of fact, as I'm playing this, I'm gonna find the book and tell y'all the actual book. Because this was a European, well, a white man, an American white man back in the late 17th, early 1800s, compiled, I would say, a unique system to make you niggers Christians. And let's be honest, Anton, from I'm looking ahead of to, well, you're not really following that religion personally. Just keep it real with you. You're not following. All right, let's go. I'm gonna find the book.
cultures, whether you black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian. Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people. So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black?
Okay,
And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Okay, well, and trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks. But I am from Chicago.
And
where
I'm from
it was-
Detroit.
Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you. Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
We was taught everything that you know on this earth, it was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
you say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
Wow.
I studied you.
This is why
Where
I
am
wanted,
I racist? I don't know a lot of racism in me. But
Absolutely.
maybe you can show me something I don't know.
We gonna
this
get
is
there.
why I wanted
We'll
you
get
guys
there.
to start the show off in your own
And you see right there, he calls he calls Corey Holcomb racist. Come on, Anton. Black people in America, as it stands, and I'm gonna be personally real with you. They might be bigots, but they can't be racist in America. And the reason why black people cannot be racist is because by numbers, sheer numbers, we are the smallest group, minority group, while we're so-called overpowered, and I don't like to use this word, but we're gonna go there, dominated by the majority, which is non-black people, aka white people. And the people that has the most numbers actually express and conduct racism. Oh yes, we know that because they are the majority white people. Since we're going there, they will inflict racist harm, racist systems, or racist psychological games to the minority in this land we call America. So by default, Corey or any black man or black woman cannot be by default, by sheer numbers, be racist. Now that might sound foreign to people that listen to this, but I don't give a crap. I'm just telling you what it is. Tell me anywhere else where there's majority of people putting systematic things, maybe using racial slurs, whatever you want to call it, or even conducting violence in a manner that is not, quote unquote, considered racist. Let's continue.
No. When Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I believe we can have a conversation like men. It's like a lot of stuff he said right now, I disagree with so much. But
both of us.
I'm going to try to make a point because I have the hopes. I have the hopes in reaching him in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't guaranteed. I'm not.
And I have the hopes that I'm gonna get y'all off of the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the Democratic plantation.
Everything that you speak of, it's a reflection of the same thing that they speak of. So you may not claim it, but you're a reflection of it.
Well, if I reflect something that is this Democratic plantation, I tell you what, I really don't study a Democratic plantation. I try to study being a stand-up human being where when I look in the mirror, I don't see a slick motherfucker.
Correct.
That's who I am.
I'm with it.
I don't like slick motherfuckers.
That's the first thing we agreed on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got there. But I get labeled all the time. I was talking to a young lady on the phone the other day, and she said, "I know you hate what's the lady who calls herself a doctor? I'm blanking right now.
Oh my God,
Dr. Bryant." And I'm like, I don't hate nobody.
All right, I found the book. The book is How to Make a Negro a Christian by, what's the author name? Kamal Makasi Tahuti, which I had on this YouTube channel. You got to go back to the archives, type out How to Make a Negro a Christian, and it should pull up on the search engine of YouTube. If not, you might have typed it up during my YouTube channel to find it. This particular interview I had with the author is now 10 years old, and his book now is considered 20 years old. So it's information that's been around for over a generation. And the actual guy that wrote the instructions of how to make Negroes a Christian, by the one named Charles Colcott Jones, this book was published in 1843. The book includes 4 parts. The first giving a history of African slave trades, Colcott himself, a mystery of plantation owners called on slave owners, and minister to provide religious instructions to slaves. And remember, Charles Colcott Jones was born during many of the revolts and the stopping of import of slaves in the early 1800s. He was born 1804 through 1863. So he lived up to 60-something years old. Actually, he almost lived. I think he died at 50. Yeah, he died at 59 years old. Yeah, he didn't live a long time. He's a Presbyterian clergyman, educator, missionary, and planter of liberal country of Georgia. He is the son of a merchant and a planter with deep roots in coastal Georgia. Charles Colcott Jones, Sr., was born on December 20, 1804, at Liberty Hall, his father plantation in Liberty County. While studying the ministry in North, Jones agonized over the morality of owning slaves, but he returned to Liberty County to become a planter, a fervent missionary to the slaves, sometimes called an apostle to slaves, and somewhat reluctant defender of the instructions of slavery. Besides many tracts and papers, Jones published several books, including The Religious Instruction of the Negroes in the United States of 1842. This is like almost 19 years before he died. And appealed to slave owners and ministers to provide religious instructions to slaves. His brother-in-law wrote that Jones did more than any other man in arousing the whole church of this country to a new interest in the spiritual welfare of the Africans in our midst. And I'm gonna see if I can find that book, make sure it's the right one. I know that's the same book I have. All right, so I'm gonna let it continue. I just want to give you a background of the slave thing and why Anton so heavily imposed himself as a Christian and not a black man, but a Christian person. And forgot the religion you study makes you a bigger slave, a better slave, a good slave. Let's go.
Where do you get hate from? And then I was on the internet. Every once in a while, I look at the pages that use my likeness and image and everything, and I listened to some of the stuff they said, and I was called bitter, and I don't know how to get money. But anyway, coincidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you say, and you know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
And it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am, you need a mic, ma'am. You can ask on the mic, goddamn.
Anton, just a clarifying question. What about, are you comparing racism with prejudice? Is it, do you think black people can truly be racist, or are we just prejudiced?
no, I think that it's a lot of people that hate white people, like straight up hate white people. And it's very unfortunate because they're not even the ones that's winning over here. We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Right, but isn't true racism a system that controls access to, you know?
Well, that's the argument, right? The argument is
we can't make sure white people don't get access to certain schools and you know, programs and things like that.
The main way that they
You need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite honest.
see, that's what I was
we'll
going to say.
that.
Y'all,
We'll get to that.
that's the argument that black people make, is that you can't be racist if you can't actually have an impact on another group of people. So it's supposedly systemic. It's false.
Really?
I just seen a guy that used to be the president of the United States of America that wound up becoming the president of the United States of America for the second time, almost get everything taken away from him.
No, Anton, no. It's still systematic. Put majority of black people in higher powers, and I mean higher powers that knows what they're doing. And I'm going far. If black people were the majority right now and they were able to do things differently, this country would probably move and be better than it is right now. So in regards to how it's systematic, and you don't believe it's not that, it's like people, individual black people could be this racist and over and dominate white folks, especially the European that you love. That is actually false. That's false. And we have to go through no paperwork, no data. We see it in real time. It is what it is. So that premise you pose, that is not the case, you're actually not really factual. And you know that. And you know this. Let's go.
Literally. And he was basically being taken down by black people. Kamala Harris, Letitia James, who was the, in New York, Fawny.
Huh? Nigga, did you know they use Letitia James as that scapegoat, that front runner to, I guess, oppose that he's going to take down a billionaire Caucasian man? You are smoking. You on drugs, dude. No black person, I don't care what they are in the background, is going to take down no other Caucasian man within their group. especially one that is already rich and is a billionaire. That's not happening. That's not happening. We see it firsthand. She was used as a person up front to oppose then other so-called white dudes that was not gonna sit there and try to apply pressure to one of their own. And really be honest, I think all that, now we think about it, was all staged, personally. It's all show at this point. That's what I've concluded. But let's continue.
Willis, down in Georgia, all of those are black women, specifically that met with Kamala Harris months before they actually started this campaign during the Biden administration. And it's so funny to me because then I have to ask myself the question, well, listen, if this is a construct and if it's all about white people and all of the energy is going towards a person that black people fucked with before he actually ran for president of the United States of America, but we champion Barack Obama.
Not me.
No. Take yourself out of it. We talking about the culture. It may not necessarily be you individually, but we as a culture fuck with him.
Fuck with who?
Barack Obama and his wife. We fuck with him. As a culture, we champion him. We absolutely do. And he didn't give y'all shit except for gay marriage.
You know I know that. That's why I ain't
vote,
arguing with you
Anton?
on this
So
point.
absolutely I vote.
Are you independent? What do you?
I'm a Republican.
You didn't know that?
I'm a
like him.
straight up,
I know
up
who he
and
is, but I
down
don't like him.
Republican. And matter of fact, people need to really understand their history because Republicans were the party of black people. It's the original party of black people. They were the party that actually freed the slaves. Lincoln was a straight up Republican. When you're talking about the emancipation, when you're talking about 1865, when you're talking about what we stood for as conservative means that we're Christians. It means that we don't fuck with that gay shit. I'm telling you
Right,
what
you
it
saying
stands for.
you don't fuck with the backdoor shit?
I don't.
I don't either.
That's what it's saying. What it means to be a Republican is this, because a lot of people like to say,
Because this is backdoor Republicans.
and we were
I know.
taught by our
talking about
parents.
Come on.
We were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents that we vote Democrat no matter what, right? Regardless of what they stand for, regardless of the agendas that they push, regardless of how much nonsense that we see in our communities, regardless of how many Democrats actually destroyed our cities from Chicago to Detroit, all across the board. We were taught to vote that no matter what. You
I
vote
agree.
Democrat no matter what.
I agree.
But this is the difference between the parties on a very fundamental level, not complicated at all.
Really? You finna say there's a difference between the parties?
This is the difference.
I can't
This is
wait to hear this.
No. You may say that it's the same type of public politicians that take advantage of the taxpayers and take advantage of the people. The difference in the parties historically is Republicans want less government so you can do what the fuck you want to do. And Democrats want more control, so they want to control what your money is, where your tax dollars go, and what you can do with your money.
Okay, so I'm gonna
That's
tell you
the
this.
fundamental difference.
I'm gonna tell you this. And you don't have to believe me, but I'm just telling you.
I'm listening.
The people in charge are not Democrats or Republicans.
I understand that.
Kamala Harris is allowed to do whatever she's done.
We get that.
This new president, he's allowed to do whatever he is willing to do or they allow him to do. Everything is allowed. There are people in charge of this nation that flat out run shit. And if ain't nobody got the power to uproot them, then we're gonna keep having people paying a whole bunch of money for houses and a fire hydrant don't work in front of it, but they'll charge you for the fire hydrant in front of your house.
But we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate in the local elections.
Well, you understand voting don't work, right?
It does work.
How?
It does, but you just missed it.
I heard everything you said. I can't wait till you tell me how voting makes a difference in this country.
We have a less than 20% voter turnout rate in local.
Ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more. We got to go.
You're missing it.
You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Voting is for suckers.
It's not. People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck.
Well, I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no
People
sucker
that
shit.
don't vote, and
I'm
it's
gonna
so
show
funny.
up and vote like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant,
We had Republican presidents. We had Democratic presidents.
You're not even
we in
hearing
the
what I'm
same
saying.
joint.
I'm talking about locally. You talking about national.
I don't give a fuck if it's
matters.
local.
It
I don't,
matters.
if you
It
vote,
absolutely matters.
that means you in line.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your
That's what it first-
ancestors
it's so funny to
didn't
me.
do it like this.
Because
people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's
war. All sucker shit
it's
going
a war
on.
every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
we
here.
need physical wars.
No, it's not.
Until motherfuckers ready to jump it off,
it's not.
We gonna always be talking.
It's
but
not.
see, real gladiators don't talk. Real
No,
gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who are you under control by?
It ain't. You under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know who.
Why do you think that ICE agent was able to shoot that woman?
I want to know who the. Hold on. Let's be real. Fuck that woman.
Well, that's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
I'm on
You
the
missing
streets.
it.
I've been pulled over by the police.
Who ain't on the streets?
Or the
I'm in
ICE
Detroit.
agents or whatever.
You in LA. I'm in Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my people. So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't hear that
that's what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth: we know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
My God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong? What I
This
said?
is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops
insane.
shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say
you're
all
not
black
gonna
people are
gaslight
stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not. I
don't
talk
think
about
you
white
got
people all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I
Because I
talk
don't
about
know.
liberal
I hear
white
you talking
women
about
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there. Because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the core.
I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it?
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men
Well, you
since
ain't
you've
been
been
listening.
up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
don't
taking
have, you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity, that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you said something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking
no,
loud,
you talking loud.
and you still
And
talking around.
what you
did
trying
the
to do-
Caucasian male
what
do
you
to
trying to-
America
I'm not-
to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You
I'm not
dancing
getting into
around
that.
it.
No,
And
I'm
that's
not.
why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an
Corey,
ass kisser
Corey,
of
don't-
nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of
When you
black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do. 'Cause
Nah,
see, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me
gonna
tell you something.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Ain't nobody
suck
gonna tell
dick.
you. Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
you
dick,
doing,
homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me.
What's good, DOD? Hear me? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hold on. I gotta fix some drop. Give me 1 second. Hey, if you want to come up, DOD, let me know. I'll put the link, the call link. Let's fix this. Damn. I'm trying to go through some things. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is where it did get intense. And, you know, a lot of things have been said. A lot of emotions, you know. But really, truly, Anton defends Caucasian males because Caucasian males pay him. For those that don't know, he gets his daily money through ad revenue, you know, likes, no super chats, so but you know, them watching it. That's how he pays the majority of his bills. Because let's keep real, you're a millionaire because of YouTube. Anything else on the platform, you're not really that, you know. So obviously, you got to cater to your base audience, which is non-black people. They don't want to say got you 1 million subscribers. And I don't know why people say that he became a millionaire because of black folks. No, black people are not the majority that watches and gives people 1 million over a couple subscribers by the millions. No, that's how things work. You get 1 million subscribers by getting everybody on your platform, including non-black people. So let's stop the cap. Well, I'm trying to find. Of course, that's right. That's right. There's boss. Yeah. All right, let's keep going, guys.
Me when I tell you, I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
seats. Let's switch seats.
Let's
Switch
switch
seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't
We can
do
talk right in front of each
I
other.
don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about none
Well,
of that
I
shit
tell you
right
what,
now.
watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a
but
fuck about what you
that
talking
that
about,
gay
nigga?
shit, oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switching
dick
seats
sucking
don't mean
shit.
to me.
Don't put no
I'm from
dick sucking
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right.
All right, that's
Now,
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you. 'cause
Dance
it's your
around it.
platform.
Dance around it.
No. I'm gonna
I don't
respect
do
you 'cause
no
it's your
dick sucking
platform.
shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo, I
We
got a
good.
que- I got
I
a
did
question for
already.
Anton.
I don't do
Nigga,
dick
we can put
sucking
the
shit.
microphone right down,
Yo.
right now, and go out back. I don't give a
no,
fuck
sir.
about
No,
this shit.
sir.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
Your mouth. I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit for
sucking
the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
If you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton,
I'm saying,
listen, don't
I'ma
disrespect
let
me
you
like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how
Would
would
it
it
call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No,
Don't,
this
because
my
I take
show.
that-
This
cool.
my show.
That's cool, but I take that shit as a threat. too.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you calling me dick sucking.
It's
I
a-
don't
it's a
dick
threat that you
suck,
say a
my
lot of
nigga.
shit. Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't
bro.
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that dick sucking
You're
shit
not gonna
again,
do
nigga.
shit. You're not gonna
Come
do
at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go
I'll
out back
show you
right
who
now.
the fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey, homie,
No,
look,
it's just not respect.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Dolly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now, because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to
okay,
get back to the
but
conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not
ain't
listening to
no
none of
dick
that
suckers
shit,
up
bro.
here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get
Bet.
back to the conversation,
Long as you
we can
know.
get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not,
Because that ain't
you
nothing-
not that tough.
Everything straight. Everything straight. Ain't nobody saying I'm sucking dick no more. Everything straight.
For sure, for sure. I got a question for bro, though.
And I'm gonna respect him on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just,
He said what he said, so I'm gonna respect him on that.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, question: given that black people, given that black people are on the Democratic plantation, what do you say about the use of Christianity to make slaves out of black people? How
In
do we
what,
become
today's
Christians?
time or
No,
historically?
sir. Historically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was used in a negative way, but anything can be used in a positive or negative way. You can weaponize literally anything. Corporate America, for example. You can use the internet in order to push out propaganda, or you can use it to communicate effectively with the people. You can use money to manipulate people, or you can use it to help people. And so you can't just say that Christianity itself is used. The Quran is used in a negative way in order to control people.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the person, and that's why we evaluate the person based off of their fruits instead of evaluating them based off of Christianity itself. Because
Right.
everybody that calls himself a Christian is not a Christian.
100%. So I agree that the teachings of Jesus are pure. However, in the hands of Caucasian white males,
That's not true, because I know some good Caucasian
the teachings
white men.
of Jesus,
And I know
they
some
gave
bad
us slavery.
Caucasian white men.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
so
correct.
look, check
So
this
that's
out.
the
This
main
what I
point, but let's
listen.
keep everything respectful.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot of people up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about dick sucking, brother. I can.
I apologize.
Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that, because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically, but I have a switch.
I do too. And I'm a man, just like
I
you.
respect your switch. I respect
I
your
respect
switch.
you too.
Okay, good. I'm glad,
We
brother.
good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step to men like that. So I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
We good.
that when we talk to each other a certain way, like if dick sucking is brought up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes. So I'm saying, like, I could get back straight. I could get back straight. When I shook your hand, it wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers. I don't
get
have no
into it with
sisters.
squad,
I got three brothers, and we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is. And then we shake hands and we keep it moving once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So if we good, then we good.
I'm good.
I'm with it. Let's get to the conversation.
That's why I tried to explain myself right there, because I'm like, this man probably don't even know that my mind is set up, Anton. My mind is set up when people do things like I call it backdooria on my show. When people throw that at you, it's a set off. And I'm saying, like, I ain't trying to get set off. I think I'm a lot more than somebody with name calling to get at me. But I'm saying, like,
but see, I don't believe you, Corey. I don't believe you, bro.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I don't believe you. Because you do the same shit that you feel offended by.
Really?
You do, absolutely.
Give me an example.
You just did it. You said a lot of shit to me that I don't necessarily care about.
I ain't said nothing about dick sucking.
You pick and choose what's disrespectful because you applying it to you. It's other people out there that don't take that shit.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. So listen to me, Anton.
But hold on. Let me say this last
Go ahead,
part.
land.
But I get it because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't know what I look at as disrespectful. And so as a result, I just let that shit ride. The only thing that ever triggers me is it, and this is why I like to do shows in person. I told you before the show, I said I don't do no more live streams with people that I don't know. Did I not say that? Because I want to see and look in their eyes and see what's really happening, right? And the reason that is because the only thing that set me off is if somebody make it seem like they ready to do something. They're like, okay, well, it's all hands up. Fuck the conversation.
Well, how about this? People may be ready to do something for whatever reason. They want to be ready to do something. But what I'm saying to you is, you know, in this world, they are trying to normalize men in dresses. They trying to normalize a woman wearing a thong in front of a church gathering or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I could handle whatever is happening out there, but I'm saying, like, I'm still standing on this. I'm standing on this. If a man walking up to me with some homosexual talk, like I could take, I said this before, I could take a meeting at a brother like Tyler Perry's house because I know what's gonna happen if it go bad. The house gonna get tore up. I ain't saying that to act like I'm tough. I'm just saying,
I feel you.
There's certain things that we as men cannot say to each other without clashing. And it is my opinion with niggas that I know and where I'm from, if I say to one of my homies, man, suck a dick, everybody will get quiet that we know. And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? Because it's like, that's their homosexual talk. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If it's one way to get a brother like me, I know brothers who are preachers that would put their religion down for that right there. That's all I'm saying, black man. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. That's where you at. So I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you, brother.
It's simple as that.
I don't want no drama.
It's simple as that.
I swear I don't want no drama, man. My life is good.
Mine's is too.
I believe you. My life is good.
I'm
man.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want you to come up here for that. It's just the simple misunderstandings that we as men can have. I think older black men like us need to make sure there are boundaries that simply can't be crossed when men are talking. And if you tell me a boundary, Anton, if you tell me a boundary, I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to cross that boundary. When I'm talking to Willie D don't like when you call him nigga. And I go out my way not to call Willie D nigga because I look at him as a man.
I kick it with Willie too. For me though, I don't give a fuck about the talking. I don't have no boundaries. I don't care if a nigga say something about me.
Sorry, guys. I'm kind of doing something right now in the background. So if I'm not speaking, I apologize. I'm trying to multitask right now. But I'm gonna let this run a little bit. I would give some commentary, but I'm just doing some right now. Let's continue.
It is what niggas say shit like that all the time. Like that's the environment that we live in. I only care about my real life.
Can I ask you a question? You just said men talk disrespectfully to you in your face all the time.
No.
This is nothing.
You did not hear what I said.
I said they
do that shit all the time. You see it in the chat. You see it in the comments. All of that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about that shit, right?
That's right, because that's for the internet.
Right. So when people say stuff, I don't take it personal because it's not a thing to me. It's just talk. The only thing I care about is what happened in real life. When I cut that shit off in real life, my life is great.
Right. Let me tell you something.
So my point is that I don't take nothing personal unless it get personal, unless it gets physical. That's the only thing I'm up on. Anything else I can walk away from. I don't give a fuck about that. My life, I could walk away and I'm probably gonna never see that person again.
I understand. So this is why the chat, I allow them, and in fact, I encourage them to be themselves in the chat because this is a computer screen. But one thing I will say this is to the youngsters especially, because they the ones who really don't know. I'm talking about 35 and under. When you in a man's face, you have to watch how you talk to them because face to face is a lot different than the computer. On the computer, I got motherfuckers
Let me ask you a
This
question.
motherfucker saying all kind of shit about me on the
let me
computer.
ask you a question.
But if they in my face saying that to me,
Let me ask you a question.
it can go bad.
Why?
I'm not saying I'm not acting
No.
tough.
Hold on.
I'm not acting tough.
I'm asking you a real question. Why do you get triggered if somebody says that to you? Like what is it in you that gets bothered by a switch?
Okay, so listen to me. Manhood is all we got left. You really got to understand this. Just give me a second to land on this.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
If we don't have our manhood, we ain't got nothing. So when a man walk up to you and say something flirtatious to you, when a man walk up to you and say something where he's challenging your manhood and things like that, trust me, I don't care how savage it may seem. When you dealing with a man, you can set a man off if you in his face and you saying things that are not. I'm not talking about somebody just saying anything. I'm talking about there are certain things, like I can't walk up to a man walking down the street with his wife, Anton, and say, man, your bitch thick. I'll be like, wait a minute. Of course, by me being older, the last thing I want is drama in the streets. But what I'm saying is, you can't disrespect men face to face. You can do it online because it's easy to do it online.
Nope. See, that's where we disagree.
Okay, I want to hear this.
That's where we disagree because you got to keep the same energy across the board. You can't pick and choose when you can disrespect somebody and when you can't disrespect somebody, and then pick and choose when you're going to react to somebody disrespecting you. You wrong, bro. You wrong as two left shoes. You're wrong, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you because you are one of the most disrespectful, and stand on that shit.
But I want to understand what you're saying, Anton. You miss me when you say you can't disrespect people with what? Make sure you explain that to me.
You got to keep the same energy across the board, bro.
I don't understand.
You can't say I'm a disrespect you online, but then you can't do nothing in person.
Well, trust me.
That's not. No, you can't do that.
I'm not saying what you're wrong about. But listen, talking to somebody in person is different than talking to somebody online. And if I'm so disrespectful, what do I do to be disrespectful online? Because you said I'm disrespectful online. I would like to know.
You said out of your own mouth that you will be disrespectful online.
Did I?
Ain't even. Yes,
Did
you
I say
did.
that?
You
Did
just
I say
said
I'm
that.
disrespectful online?
You said you can disrespect. It's different if you disrespect somebody online versus doing it in real life.
No, I didn't say what I would do.
How is it different?
I said if somebody in the chat room is saying something disrespectful about me, I don't hold that against them because they're
What
typing.
about when you talking about real people?
What do you mean?
If you comment on somebody and you give your opinion on real people.
I don't want to go back and forth. I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Do you hear me when I say
what you're saying.
Whatever I say online, giving an opinion of something is different than if I am.
About an opinion. I said disrespectful. How can you determine whether or not somebody feels disrespected?
Well, feelings is one thing, man.
You felt some type of way?
Yeah, because ain't nobody finna stand in front of my face and talk to me like they on my level when it comes to homosexuality. Like that'll start a war. That'll start a war.
We can agree to disagree. I think you're wrong, bro. I think I personally, I'm telling you directly, you're hypocritical.
Okay, well, you can say that. I don't think I'm gonna win that argument with you now. But what I am saying to you, Anton, is when you are talking to men face to face, trust me when I tell you this, man, it's different than online. Face to face. I'm the
same person in real life as I am online. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Right? Anybody, listen, I go city to city. I'm not an online nigga, bro. Like, I create content online, but I really am out in every single city. I done visited almost every single state. I have real meetups in real life. I shake hands. I kick it with people in real life, and I go out there and kick it with the people. I'm not different online than I am in real life. People may think that because they may have never met me in real life, but I keep the same energy. I reciprocate. Or I'm willing to walk away unless it goes up. If it's gonna go up, then it's just gonna go up and we just gonna figure it out from there. But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up.
See, I'm not
gonna talk about you online. Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about you online. And then when I see you in real life, I'm gonna be like, man, you know I'm just playing. I'm not that type of nigga.
Yeah, but
either I fuck with you or I don't.
But see, that's just one scenario, Anton. What I'm saying to you is this. This is what I'm saying to you. I ain't saying it to offset what you just said. I'm trying to talk to you now.
And I'm not a tough guy either.
I'm not either.
I'm not a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy. I don't even want to perpetrate like I'm a tough guy. But what I'm saying is, when men stand between each other, there is energy that is being transferred. And trust me, when men disrespect each other face to face, motherfuckers can die.
I agree.
That's why when I'm talking to a man, especially face to face, I try to make sure I don't go over the line. And if I ever go over the line, I can apologize.
Is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying and I agree with you.
Right.
Why is it only face to face? That's where we disagree at.
Well, anything I said, I will say in the face of a man that I said it about.
All right, well, that's
because I don't go there to try to. I don't have to shock jock, even though that's something that people say easily. Oh, he's shock jocking. No. Anything I've said about anybody, I will say right to them if they standing in front of me. And I would like for somebody to research the internet on things I've said and show me that I wouldn't say something to somebody if they were standing there. The only thing I said I wouldn't say to somebody if they were standing there, because I saw Charles Barkley in the airport one day. And I realized how big he was when I saw him in the airport. Now, I've said things about Charles Barkley. If he was standing in front of me and he said, say that shit now, I'll be like, we black, man. Come on, let's calm down. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only one.
You know what the problem with this show today is? We got to do a part 2. Because we ain't talked about none of the shit that we supposed to talk about.
That's why, because we can't say dick sucking in front of each other, brother.
Well, I know that now, right? I get it.
And I appreciate you for giving me that, because that shit, I forget I'm still Corey, because I don't live a life of getting into it with people. I really don't.
No, Corey, you pick on people that you think ain't gonna respond to you.
Now, give me an example.
Corey, you pick your targets based off of what you think they ain't gonna do. And that's why you feel comfortable saying some of the wild shit that you say online.
But I asked you this, and I'm gonna ask you again.
I'm not gonna say
Give
no
me
names.
an example.
No, I'm not gonna say no names.
You can't give an example.
No, I can.
Will you please
because
give me an
I don't want to implement nobody into this that that'll be bad. That's not a good thing.
Well, do you understand by you saying that?
I like to speak from my own perspective.
It sounds like babble.
But you know it's not babble. It's real, and you know it's real. That's why you laughing.
I'm laughing at you because you didn't. I had to ask you twice so far.
You pick your
said
targets
I pick on people
carefully,
and I said, give me an example.
You pick your targets carefully, very carefully.
So you can't give me an example?
Because
that's the third time.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
You tiptoed around Dave Chappelle.
You talking about the last time I said something about him?
You tiptoed around Dave.
I'll give you that.
You tiptoed like a ballerina.
But now I'm gonna give you that.
No.
But what did I tiptoe about?
You would not have did that shit on a regular motherfucker. You know that Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special was not it.
And I tiptoed around it.
And you tiptoed around it because you didn't want the smoke.
I did.
Overall. And so you pick and choose your targets carefully.
You say I didn't want the smoke.
No, because you didn't want the backlash.
Okay, but look, let me say this because you brought it up. I did tiptoe around how I really feel with the last special, because I'm not gonna lie. It's everything that I said the time before when I spoke about him. Hot trash. No jokes. In the future, when people watch it, that don't know him like we know him now in this culture, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I'll give you that. I did tiptoe around his special. And you know what?
I
can live with that. I can live with that. But what else? I ain't trying to think of nothing else. But I'm saying, I think that was kind of. You found a way to bring that nigga into it.
I love you, Darlene. I love Craig. But they will not call you out on your bullshit and challenge you.
Now you trying to turn.
No. You asked me for the feedback. I didn't volunteer it. You forced me. I said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, well, Anton, go ahead and keep on naming names and let's get to it. Okay, well, let's get to it then if that's what you want to do.
Well, how about this? Let me can I respond
Because
to that?
Darlene is real chill and she not gonna cause no friction. And Craig is happy to be here.
Okay, so can I say something about that?
But see,
Well,
I
you
don't
don't cut
give a
me
fuck.
off.
I don't give a fuck because I'm rich too, so I'm cool. I got my own movement. I got my own motion, so I can tell you the truth. And I think that you also surround yourself with people that will not challenge you because you big dog to them.
Okay.
You big bro.
Okay, so let me say this since you brought up Darlene and Craig. Let me say this. You don't know our relationship. But
I know what
I can't. I'm doing more teaching. I'm doing more teaching on some real street level shit than I thought I would have had to do. But listen to me, Anton. You don't know me and her relationship.
I'm listening.
Maybe the reason you don't get the results you want from her is because there's a certain level of respect that comes from me and her relationship. That's what I'm saying. You don't know, brother. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about
you speaking on her.
I'm not talking about you talking about her. I'm talking about when there's certain subjects that come up on your show.
We done argued on the air a million times.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Corey, sometimes you be on bullshit. Nobody call you out on it.
Now I'm trying to teach you, but I don't think you catching it.
Okay, I'm observe.
You don't know my relationship with this woman. You don't know. So when you see it online and speak on what you see online, you can't really speak from factual things that are happening in the world, Anton.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with Craig, I don't know why motherfuckers say Craig don't have a backbone around me. Cause one thing I say that Craig beat most motherfuckers' ass I know. I see motherfuckers don't be fighting Craig. I see motherfuckers don't run up on him with that bullshit quick. The motherfuckers who I seen ran up on Craig way bigger than Craig. So the obvious needs to be said because I believe that there's a lot of people who don't know the obvious, and I can't teach you that in an episode. But I'm saying, like, if you ever see me around any woman, Anton, if you see me around any woman, trust me, dues been paid, homie. And I can't say it no other way better than that. Dues been paid. That might not be something you will catch. I'm saying this for the streets. Dues been paid, homie. Trust me, man. Trust me. I don't be around just anybody. I can't let any type of woman just come with me and be connected to me in no way. I don't like that. If you around me, it's a reason you around me. And I'm saying, like, I don't know if I could graduate you to that next level of the conversation. And that ain't no disrespect to you. But I'm saying, like, you see somebody around me, oh, I ain't just got anybody around me. Dues been paid, homie. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that tough either. I'm just trying to say it in a way where I hope you can understand. Yeah. Okay. So anybody around me, dues been paid. I don't let anybody around me. If you around me and dues ain't been paid, I'm trying to get away from you because I don't know you. And ain't no dues been paid, so I don't know you. I don't know you.
And we spoke right before the show.
Question for Anton.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. I tried to resolve it. Look, I got it all resolved. So look, we back in business like always. You know how it is. Who's here watching? Let me know. Give me a a like or whatever. Let me know if you guys still in the building. I was doing some things, handling some small work, and really truly, I let that ran because I was doing technical issues, but more or less, the point is this: for the confrontation itself, and I saw the confrontation many times, like y'all guys seen it, right? We all know Anton is not about that work. He's not going to oppose no threats. He's not going to do nothing to nobody. So all this big talk, he can go kiss his ass. Let me put the call link. If anyone wants to come up. If you want me to say to on your device, DOD, let me know. Because right now we're vertical streaming. So it's gonna be hard for anybody that uses vertical to see this information. Where is everything? So let's continue.
So,
Anton.
What happened?
No,
got a
no, I'm
question
not
for
talking
Anton.
about.
no, I understand.
You get
did.
me?
I
Okay.
got that.
All right.
I got that. But in my case too, whenever I choose to speak up or challenge him on anything or tell him, look, I don't agree with that or what have you, I won't keep delving into it because I don't see the point, because I know at a certain point with men like you at your age, there's not going to be any change. So why? I don't even bother with it. I just, I might say, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And then if they want to continue, I'm not for it.
I'm with you.
That's it. I just don't like, I don't do that. I got way more important fish to fry in it. And I thought, I'm not going to change this man's mind on stuff, so I just don't even bother. That's it.
But another thing about the ladies, since we talking about this, see, whenever I see a woman with a man, most of the time, if it ain't your wife, I already say to myself, what is this fuck shit? Why is this motherfucker in the streets with you? That's how I feel about life. So I'm saying, like, that might be a prejudice that I have. I can admit, if a woman is in the streets with a man, fuck is this?
Why? Why do you care about that? Why is that meaningful to you?
No, it's not that I care at all, because it's not my business. But I'm saying, like, if a man stepped to me with a woman and it ain't his wife, all I do is say to myself,
You mean like checking you?
not checking me, brother. I'm saying, like, if a man has a woman with him,
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying, it's not his wife, I don't know what the fuck that is, and I don't want nothing to do with it. That's all across the board as I've gotten older and wiser. Like, if a man got a woman with him and he say, hey, hold on, man, how you doing? This is my lady, so-and-so, so-and-so. It makes me say, okay, this is his lady. That's what that is. But I'm saying, like, if a man is in the streets with a woman, sitting next to a woman, and all like this, whatever, and this bitch ain't been explained, I'm like, hold on. What the fuck is this sucker shit? Especially if it's imposed in any way. That's what I'm saying, G. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because you ain't gonna act like you ain't smart. You smart than a motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if somebody introduces you, if somebody took the time,
I don't know what he's talking about.
If somebody actually walks in and takes the time to introduce you to somebody, that's being imposed on. I'm like, uh-oh.
There's people in the chat say, what is Corey talking about? All the uninitiated don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm like,
uninitiated.
don't introduce me to, especially if I know that person.
That's how I believe that.
This is what I know. This is what I am. I admit that I am a C student.
In what?
In life and everything.
Okay.
In school and everything. I'm a C student. So the way I like to do it is, I like for people to break it down to me like a C student. Help me to understand like I'm barely graduating. Break it down to me like a little child. The way that you would talk to a child, talk to me.
Right.
That's why I like to do it. And it's
Okay, DOD, I see you. Can you guys see? Guys see the link? It might be hard for y'all to click on link. Let me know if you guys can't click link on the your devices on your vertical stream on your phone. If not, use your desktop or your laptop or anything. Just tell me something in the chat room and I'll post it in the either Discord or Facebook. Let's go.
It's easier for me to digest it.
I like that you said that, but see, I'm at a stage of the game. I ain't got time to talk to kids.
Why not?
I don't got time to talk to kids. My kids grown, and I'm saying, like, if they ask me to go to a school and speak to the children, I would tell the children to do what's right, because I know that's what they're supposed to do. I'll be like, listen, do what's right. Whenever you get that feeling like you're doing something wrong, then step back and do what's right. That's what I would tell kids. That way I would be able to speak from the heart.
So you're one of those, do what I say, not what I do?
No.
Let me
tell you what my translation of that is. This is my translation of that. I don't want to substantiate my argument or I don't want to break it down to where you'll actually understand it because you may be able to break down what it is that I'm saying. So I choose to only speak in riddles, and I also want to speak in parables because then I could say, well, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't get it. Now, I might get it. I might know exactly what you're talking about, but I might act like I don't know what you're talking about because I want you to substantiate your argument. So that's what I stand on.
But
that's why I say break it down to me like a C student so that I can truly understand exactly what you're talking about, so that we all can understand it because we all may need to learn something.
Right. So
That's
look,
what
you
OGs
said.
do, they
Get it
teach,
or not.
right?
Right.
You said
whether
you
get it or
go,
not.
but what you said in there, that was a key word. You act like you don't know. And I know you act like you don't know, brother.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said it. Believe me,
Why
you
is
said it.
Phil laughing?
Phil's silly. He's
Phil
silly.
out. Look,
Philly
you know
trying
what?
to look. It was an intense moment in here, Anton, and we trying to make it where it is professional. We trying to make it where it ain't what everybody said might be or whatever the fuck. Because I ain't with all that. I ain't got to go to war with no man who visited our show and probably didn't understand one thing how I was thinking, and I probably didn't understand one thing how he was thinking.
Corey not gonna have me back on the show, y'all.
You funny, man. You
not gonna have
funny.
me back on the show.
If I wasn't gonna have you back on the show, I wouldn't have shook your hand. I hope you believe that. When I caught myself, I was like,
You know what
man,
I'm doing
this
right
man
now,
don't know
Phil?
that he
I'm putting
did
pressure on him to get me back on the show.
that. But it ain't working
By
like that.
saying that he not going, because
It ain't gonna work like that. But I'm saying,
Corey don't like this, dog. He don't like this.
What? I think it's
wait, what Corey don't
listen.
like? Why you talking to that man over there? I'm sitting right here.
Because I got to talk to Phil. I'm talking to Corey through Phil. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Here's the thing.
Them the games where niggas get into fights. I'm telling you,
Here's the
this
thing.
is how it jump off. But go ahead.
Corey not gonna have me back on the show because Corey is not having fun right now. This is gonna be one of Corey's best shows, but he's not having fun right now. And Corey seems to be a feeler. I'm more of a results-driven guy. Corey seems to be the type of person that goes off of how he feels.
If you notice, I'm doing a lot of explaining to you about how the line can get crossed, but you're doing a lot of telling me what I am. I think that's homosexual behavior.
I said Corey seems to be, meaning that I'm leaving open a door to get corrected. I want him to correct me if I'm wrong, but I still want the freedom to be able to give my opinion. So you don't want me to get my
You
thoughts?
can have the freedom, brother. What I look like trying to take freedom from you?
No. I'm starting to feel some type of way, bro, because why is everything homosexual to you?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if,
When did
I'm gonna try to
the
explain.
conversation turn into homosexuality again?
Okay, I'm gonna let you land. I'm gonna let you land because I don't want to talk over you.
I'm trying to understand it. Why is everything gay?
I can explain it. I can explain
Okay, go
it.
ahead.
Maybe look, I'm not saying that you gay, but what I'm saying is if you looking at another man and you say you talking to me through another man, if I'm a man, I'm gonna say, well, I'm right here.
Yeah, but you're not getting it.
You still talk about me. Homie, this is a gay conversation.
It's not.
When you talking to men who play in riddles and stuff like that, I'm telling you,
You the one that's talking in riddles.
you ain't never been to jail, have you?
Hell no, I ain't never been to jail.
I
Why
could
would I
tell.
go to jail?
I could tell.
You been to jail?
Nope. Nope.
All right, let's see. It's not working on my phone. Okay, I'm gonna say through your device DOD. Give me one moment because that's a downside of doing the vertical type streams. You're very limited on how you could send links. Let me see. Let me see if I can find you. If I continue, where is you? I'm gonna find DOD. Hold on. Damn it. Give me a second. It's been a while. My number. Is it this one? No, that's not it. I'm gonna find it. 1 second. Damn. That's not it. Is this one? Nope. On DOD, I'm trying. Did your number change, DOD? I'm kind of curious. Shit. Sorry, guys. I had to do this because I'm trying to get people up here. Damn it. That's MJ. Oh, I found you. All right, dude. I'm gonna send it to you for text. There you go, DOD. There's a link. All right. Try to see you come up. All right, let me continue play this as I step away.
So what the fuck that mean then?
I'm just saying, like, if you went to jail, they would have to start you over from scratch.
What would they do to you?
The people who
You would be the tough one.
No. Just let me land with this. The people
I don't
who
think from a jail perspective, nigga. I'm not a jailbird. I'm never going to jail.
I see.
The fuck is we
well, you
talking
can't
about?
say what you'll never do, but I'm saying
never going to jail, bro.
Well, okay.
I don't even have that in, dog. I don't even like that type of energy.
I'm just trying to make a point. Anton. What I'm saying is, I have been around enough people who have been institutionalized where I know how to carry myself around men who not finna play with you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't hang around niggas that been to jail, so I saw for it that way. The way you saw for it is a little bit different than the way I saw for it.
Okay.
So I choose not to hang around niggas that's been institutionalized, that had to carry themselves a certain way because they made a decision that they wasn't supposed to make.
And you know, it shows that you've been around people that ain't seen the other side of the game. Because some of the smartest men I know they've been to college and gave that time up. And it was actually a learning process for them. But they still got to stand 10 toes down when they out here, Anton. I don't believe that you tried to disrespect me now that I've been talking to you. I don't believe that. I believe that you are the way you are. I am the way I am. And it can clash if people are not educated on how to be around each other, because men can go to war over misunderstanding.
He's throwing an intellectual shot right now.
What am I doing?
So without saying it, he's basically saying, oh, you from a different space, so you don't get the way that we move over here.
Over here or anywhere in the United States of America, and that's not a black thing. I'm talking about Caucasians, Hispanics, and Asians understand the respect level men must have when they're in front of each other, because it can trigger war. That's all I'm saying to you.
I understand.
Okay. DOD, you there?
I'm here, bro. How's it going?
It's a long time no see, man. Hope everything's well. Hope you're doing okay, healthy, and family doing all right.
Oh yeah, and same for you, bro. I just been busy. Haven't been being able to do any live streams myself. So, but this is a good live stream you got going, man.
Yeah, I mean, I came across to really cover this. I wish I did a little earlier, but you know how it is. DOD, you had to get it in when you get it in, and the limited commentary I had to give on this because I got caught up just briefly to pause it. But you know the deal with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Now I think it was in stage, in my opinion. Now that I sit there and watch it a couple times, but I'm gonna leave that to myself. But that's the vibe I'm getting off right now. Because let's be honest, DOD, because you're probably older than Corey Holcomb. I think Corey Holcomb might be born in 1968. Because they say he's 57. I'm gonna double check his bio. Where he was born, but if he's that old, it lets me think, say, okay, this man used a derogatory term to you, and we all know that you don't deal with backdoorism. But this man had the audacity to say you're gonna suck his thing.
Right.
People. That shows the character of Anton overall. And people should understand that he's not in this just to better nobody but himself. He's already a millionaire because he has like over 1 million subscribers on his main channel now. So he is now quote unquote actually a millionaire now. So really his purpose now moving forward on this digital space we call YouTube, social media, or wherever platforms host him, is to get this money. And you're gonna get this money.
But let me ask you something, Chaos.
Yeah.
You said get this money because and I agree with you. But the way I see he was trying to get this money is by getting Corey to fight him and then suing him. I got that vibe from Anton because he kept antagonizing his brother, talking about the D, the D sucker, and then he was talking about shitting on him, and then now he's talking about what he's talking about now. It just seemed to me like he was just trying to get this brother to swing on him.
Well, what Anton really came up there is to what is considered bait and switch, and he's trying to bait because think about it, he came up there, right? And personally, let's keep real. He knows that this is not supposed to be an intellectual conversation. This is just having just a general conversation about things. But you up here opposing politics, everything, and Corey, that's not his realm overall. He already tell you his views politically that voting doesn't really do much for black people in general overall. That's what he's confirmed. That's cool. You get me?
Right.
And hold on, let me see who's this. Before I continue, let me check who. I'm trying to see my things working. All right, who's this?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, I think I remember you for Library Call.
Yeah, you probably you seen me around. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Let me let DOD finish, and I'm gonna let you. So, like I said, DOD. Overall, right? The whole premise of Anton Daniels, right? Him doing what he does, right? He's there for how can I say it? He's getting the bag, but he's getting the bag from various people. Remember, he was on big platforms like what, Fox News or one of them outlets. Once you're on those media outlets, they already know what the program is and what you're going to lay out because you did it consistently on YouTube channel. On your views on black people generally, downing on black people, and also giving less white people less smoke. He said he gives smoke to what? White liberal women. Women are not really much a threat in this country, especially white women, to a degree. You're going after, like Anton said, soft targets. That is not giving equal smoke.
And I totally agree with that, Chaos. Anton is not going to go after the straight white Christian male. He's not going to do that. That's his, like you said, that's his bag.
That's his bag.
And he saw what happened with what's that? Officer Tatum when he tried that mess.
Oh yeah. Then one time he kind of flipped his content a little bit. Officer Tatum one time, and he was crying one time about it and stuff.
Right. Well, he was crying about that Charlie Kirk clown, but yeah, but he tried that. He tried talking down on white men, and and it didn't work out too well for him. And so they clowned him all over Twitter, throwing up buckets of chicken and watermelon and all kind of crazy shit.
God damn, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, you need to go check that out on Twitter, man.
These people are ruthless. I tell you that much. And the sad thing about it, with Anton, he's not, even when he said, wait, stop, let's go back, because he doesn't want to touch that. And obviously, this is why people had a real issue if they really pay attention to that whole stream, because I don't play snippets. I played the whole stream from beginning till he eventually walks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he is slowly walking back when it comes to certain groups of people. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
You attacking liberal woman, talking about say F that woman. Yeah, you say F that woman because Mr. Charlie said F that woman.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Stupid. You think we're all stupid? If he said F that woman, you wouldn't even say that out your mouth. You wouldn't be so bold as a black man. And you know what it is. So regardless with Corey, and he go in his face and they just say he should have punched him and all that stuff. And I said, well, Corey could have did many things. Mm-hmm. Now it could be that he didn't want to catch no issues with charge because he said he's dealing with legal issues, or just generally he just don't want, put himself more difficult than it is already, especially when it comes to the back and forth argument. And let's be honest, Anton, when you look at Anton Daniels, he's not a fighter. Let's keep real. You're not a fighter, bro. Stop it. A dude from the Detroit, and he never been in jail too. If you about that life, you about that life. A man stands up and go walk up in front of you. Now, most dudes we hear, other content creators will tell you this. Some would have got up, did a first swing. Some would just, will oppose or, did something. Anton did not show none of that. To sit there, keep running your mouth was telling.
But I'm gonna be honest too, though, Chaos man. When Corey walked over and sat down in front of him, he wasn't gonna really do nothing either, because him saying Anton saying what he said should have been enough for him to jump on him. But then again, when he told Anton to say it again, Anton didn't say it again. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think either one of them really wanted to go there, and throw hands. I don't think they really wanted to, but Corey had to stand up for himself about what Anton said to him. He had to do that. That's first and foremost. He had to go up there into Anton's face and let him know that you don't talk to him that way. And
mind you, he gave that look, because they said that when he said that, he was looking, and I don't know if the dudes were giving some signal or something, and that with me, it got my eyebrows raising, because usually when a person said that, you don't just look around for any signal, but that's what some people notice. But that's just me. But I'm gonna let Library Carver chime in your views, your opinions, my brother.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm good.
So with the whole fight situation, when it boiled down to, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I mean, I think we all agree that the whole pretending racism doesn't exist, and being a white apologist thing, everybody pretty much knows that's Anton's position. And Corey, I look at Corey kind of as the people's champ. He speaks for the everyday people, what I'm saying, the have-nots, if you will. Even though he making a couple of dollars, he's doing well as a comic, but he still kind of speaks to the streets, right? And he doesn't have the chops like an Anton Daniels to really have that conversation. But Anton is not going to go on someone's podcast that does have the intellectual chops to go back and forth with him either, right? Because he has access to pretty much anybody in this space. So if he really wants an intellectual challenge with someone that completely opposes his views, like a Corey Holcomb, but has the chops to go back and forth with him, he has the ability to do that, right? He hasn't done it. Now, as far as the fight is concerned, both of those guys drew a line that neither one of them crossed. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Corey got to a point when the D comment came up and got in his face, he drew the line. Anton didn't cross it. When Anton felt the way, let's step outside, Anton drew a line, Corey didn't cross it. Now, here's the thing about the actual altercation, like getting into a fight. Corey advantage was when he was sitting in front of him. Corey is bigger than him. Corey, that was his advantage right there. He was right there. He has the size. He could grab him. That was his advantage right there. If Corey would have got up and went outside and they would actually fought, I would have gave the advantage to Anton. Anton is younger. Anton is smaller. If you put the distance between them two, where you got a little space you can move around, I'm going to give it to Anton, because Corey is an older man. Corey probably ain't fought in 20 years. He don't have no coordination. He's out of shape himself. I know he called, Anton a fat dude, but he a fat dude too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, he's not in no shape either.
Exactly. So if he would have went outside to fight Anton, it would have been advantage to Anton to me. His advantage was when they were sitting face to face and he dared Anton to call him a D sucker again. That was his advantage. I don't know if he knew it consciously or subconsciously, but his advantage was right when he was in his face. If he would have took off on Anton, that would have been the best opportunity for him to get any leverage over Anton in a fight. But if he'd have followed Anton outside, me personally, I would have gave the advantage to Anton because of his age, him not being in tip-top shape. I'd have gave it to Anton. But they both overall drew a line in the sand. Neither one of them
crossed. Which one will not cross, and that's why a lot of people were having conversation about this, saying, "Look at this, look at this. Corey did this, Anton did this, none of them do this," and that's what made me have to really think, really critically, that this is possibly staged. Now, a lot of people say that might be far fetched, but I have to really think long and hard about this. That Corey, regardless his status, his health, or wherever he is, right? There's so much a man could take that he said, "F it, I'm going to just lay out the line. I'm gonna make you an example." Period. He's not willing to, possibly do that. You get me? From what we were seeing, right? And we all know Anton. He talks big and bag, but he's not really around actual niggas. You get me? I don't care about what he's talking about on his own platform. Said his brother Calm said, "You want him to do something? You ain't doing nothing." Anton, you brought that life. You never did no. You didn't catch a charge. You never did no time in jail. You didn't know that. You never. I don't think you lift a finger. The way how you move. So if a person really was going to duke up, that'd be your ass, personally.
And you're right, and that's why Corey asked him, "Have you ever been to prison?" And Corey said, never been to prison, but he was saying, basically, have you ever been around an organization of men, meaning prison, the military, football teams, the street code, whatever? Because if you've been in any of those type of arenas, you would know not to make a D-sucking comment. You would just say, "Hey, you kiss up to the white man," and then Anton should have known just to say, "Nah, you kiss up to black people." And that would have just been an even exchange, right? In that regard. But to say, Corey say, "Yo, man, you be kissing the white man, butt or whatever." And then him to say, "Well, you be sucking black folks, off or whatever." That didn't, that was crossing the line if you want to be technical. And that's why Corey was like, "Yo, you never been to prison before." Even though Corey never been to prison, Corey understand the street code amongst men. If we was in the barber shop and we got to arguing and you said that, everybody in the barber shop would pause and be like, "Yo, it's one thing to go back and forth like that, but it's another thing to cross those lines."
Exactly.
And that's why he asked Brother Anton, "Yo, what's up? You must ain't never been to prison before, or been around, like you were saying, Chaos, around some real street dudes that's gonna put you up on how things are really done." And I don't really think Anton, he's from Detroit now, it's one of the blackest cities in America, but I don't think that he's really in around the way he talks. Like Corey said, you better have bodyguards the way you talk. See, what Anton don't understand is this: he's put a target on his back now, because you really earn your leisure type guy. You know how those guys don't need bodyguards, because what they talk about. Outkast said that one time. Somebody asked Outkast, he said, "Yo, you guys don't walk around with bodyguards." They said, "Because we don't make that kind of music where we need bodyguards." Anton, you don't make that kind of material, though you talk like that. Now guys are gonna want to test your chin if you get caught out there somewhere that you quote unquote not supposed to be. Because I don't know if you remember this, Chaos. That's what happened to Tommy Sotomayor at one time.
With Tariq Nasheed. Yeah.
Now it was another situation where somebody swung on Tommy.
Oh yeah, I think it was in New York when it happened. That was like,
yeah, he was at some event and somebody they snuck him. And I ain't saying Tommy's soft, because they snuck him. And Tommy's a relatively big guy as well. But my point is, when you talk like Tommy and Anton, and you going out there amongst the people, right? Yeah. You can, and like I said, Corey's the people's champ. So Corey didn't necessarily lose, if you will. I don't think nobody won. I think it was just about two Negroes fussing, basically. You know what I mean? But people, the everyday people are going to side with Corey because he's trying to speak for the little guy. And you got Anton, yeah, look at my bank account. I done seen him on showing his phone. This is my bank account. I'm rich. I did this and this and that. It's like, yo, dude, we get it, but come on, man, that's not really realistic for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, and even I was on Anton, and I've been on his panel before, and I had said this to him one time. I said, you know, Anton, you talk about your black family and how you're faithful, and you know what I'm saying, all of that. I said, you know, that's more revolutionary than even talking about racism. If you talking about black men being monogamous and being married to a black woman, I said that's revolutionary. So don't think because you're speaking against black people getting reparations and you being a white apologist. Now I didn't say all this part though, but this is what I was basically saying, that you're going to get away with, you know, white folks not leaning on you. But I did say to him that being married to a black woman for 20 some years and promoting monogamy the way you do is revolutionary. White folks don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to see us be dysfunctional in our relationships. So everybody is just trying to find that, you know, safe space or safe place to land on the slave ship, in my opinion, man. Not really, you know, deal with the reality of you know, what we deal with in this country as a people. And we may agree on some things and agree on others, which is fine. But, you know, we got to stop pretending that racism doesn't exist or doesn't play a part in our day-to-day life still to this day.
Yeah, I mean, see, Anton, his premise, because he doesn't identify as black, which that's his business, right?
Right.
But identify as a Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
And saying, and then when they talk about the slave thing, I know, I think I remember one particular consecrated covered this thing, but I didn't even watch it. But I have books on it. Some books I've actually completely read. Some I skimmed through some of them about the same about the slavery. And well, Corey Holcomb is not wrong in essence, but he doesn't understand the history because the people that is around might be more well read, well versed into certain historical. I think Craig, one of them, yeah, and he seemed like a sharp dude. I was sad that he was not there because really, truly, he should be there when you have these type of people as guests on your platform.
He had a show. You know, he said he had a show.
Yeah, that's what I was very, and that, it makes you question a lot of things because he's there every time. He was not there at one time, so I question a lot of things personally.
Okay.
That's another thing. But overall, Craig will be more to debate in regards to the history of enslavement to to Anton.
Yeah.
Because Anton, you're worshiping a religion that kept you in bondage, that made you more servitude. Not only that, I had a man that I had on my platform on the podcast side of things years ago, almost a decade, actually over a decade ago, back in was May or March, on this channel. It's still on my channel. I interviewed him that wrote the book about the religion, how to make a Negro a Christian.
Okay.
And it came off the passage and pages of this slave preacher from the 1800s named Charles Colcott Jones. He's the one that wrote the instructions how to keep or maintain or indoctrinate black people into Christianity. So black people didn't just came in and they just whipped the Christian. No, they had to create a script, a plan, how they gonna go about, because people look at back in history. Most black people before America was created officially in 1776, most were running, deleting, and leaving plantations. When the 1800s came around, I think when he was like in his 20s, this was still going on. So there's one point during almost the middle part of the 1800s, right, that this white man from Georgia developed something that he discovered about the Negro, and he was able to implement in his own plantation. So he wrote a detailed book, and the book and the instructions that came out, it came out.
What was the name? Who was the name of
Charles Colcott Jones.
I see it right here on Amazon. I see it.
No. Let me show you, because I have the book. The image kind of changed abruptly from what I'm looking at. Let me see.
Is it a guy on the page like in on the pool pit with a Bible in front of him?
I'm gonna show you 1 second.
Okay, cool. Because I found something on Amazon.
Like this is the book.
Okay. That's more serious. I like that.
But really, if you go on Amazon, if you type it up, it'll say you'll see the man. He's a white man. He's in the front.
Okay. Oh, so a white man wrote it. Okay.
Yeah. So this, I think the book itself, 152 pages on Amazon. How many pages this book is? This book right here is, I think it's, no, this book I have is much more. It's like 100 and, let me see. Yeah. The one I got on Amazon, I found the right one. This one is like 192 pages.
Okay.
So this one right here, I don't know sure what this thing came out in 2020, but the one I bought, it came out somewhere else personally. So who was the author? Is this book the first edition? Let me check. No, the religion and instruction. Okay, but you can still get the one on Amazon, but the one I got is almost 200 pages. This one I think might be similar, but it might have the same information. Yeah, but it just came out like 6 years ago.
Okay.
But the original text was like the guy Amalek Casey Matuhudi. He went directly into the Baltimore area because he's in Baltimore. He went into the Congress, the House Congress library, and found the actual text, the old books,
Right.
And it goes in detail. And if you get his book, How to Make a Negro Christian, he actually took pictures in page detail of the original writings. So I would say if you got the money, I would advise get his book and get this book, because his book got the actual screenshots of this text, the ones that talk about the instructions, not all the instructions, but just like a good third or maybe half or a good amount that goes in detail of the instructions, how to make your Negroes a good slave, what process, what you gotta do when you go to church, what they should sing, what programs should be implemented. That's what he did. And that's why a lot of black people today, why they're so even more better submissive slaves, is because of this white man.
Exactly.
He actually created a template that every white man during the days of enslavement should follow to implement to make your slaves good slaves. And mind you, before the Civil War happened, the Civil War happened in 1965. So this book came out in 1942. So that's over 23 years. Am I math right? 23. Yeah, 23 years before the Civil War.
You said the Civil War?
Yeah, America's Civil War.
Yeah, 1861 to 1865.
Yeah, around 1861, 62. But this book was already imprinted for every slave owner to have. It's a manual for almost 19 years.
Right.
So we got to go back and think, saying what was going on before this book was published back in almost the mid 1800s, before the Civil War. It means after the Civil War ended, most Negroes that had this program by Charles Colcott Jones still had that mentality today in those churches. We're not even going to the episodes of what some guy making fun of the church. We gotta go beyond it. We gotta look at what is going on now. That why Negroes like Anton so devote themselves as a Christian man and saying I'm believing that black stuff. Which really that's business. I'm not gonna argue with that, but really the religion you cape for made you a good slave. That's why when you're around other black folks and you're around white folks, it makes sense why you behave the way you do. You're only gonna move because of what your God tells you to move. You get
me? And even as even in the debate, it's gonna be hard to win that with someone that's a Christian, because you have so much history with our people in the Bible and the church and things like that. It would be a long debate, argument, or what have you in having that conversation. We see it with the Israelites, and like you said, I'm not knocking none of it. I grew up in the church like a lot of black people did.
Everybody go to church.
So I'm not, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian, anything like that. But I respect it because I grew up in it. But nonetheless, that's not where, you know, Corey, you know, he's not going to win an argument like that. That's just what people do. They, you know, they bait and switch because, like you said, I'm a Christian first before I'm black. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it works, because you was black first, then you was Christian. Yeah, I get what you trying to say. Now you're a Christian first and you're black second. I get all of that, but you're playing games, and you know you playing games. You can't operate the way you do as far as Anton if you don't understand some of the history with black folks. That's how you're able to play dumb. You grew up in Detroit, Motor City, you know, you Motown, the factory shutting down. You seen what Detroit was and what it is today. You've been around old blacks that was talking about how it got to this. You had the movie Detroit that came out that depicted some things that went on back then. You seen the drug game go down. You cannot pretend that you don't understand how black people got this way or got in the situation that we in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, of course, Anton has his position. He's never going to say, you know what, you right. He's never going to, even when Corey had conceded and said that when Anton said, yo, you won't call nobody out. You won't call nobody out. He said, who? And he said, you ain't called Dave Chappelle out. Dave Chappelle, his special was trash. Dave Chappelle special was not trash. He just kind of boxed. I guess Corey might have felt like that, but it wasn't trash. David Chappelle is doing what George Carl had been doing. George Carl, if you look at his stand-up, was a very politically driven stand-up, though it had commentary in it. It was funny, but it was more political. It wasn't hot garbage. You know, I guess Corey was trying to, throw a bone to Anton and say, hey, listen, I can be fair and balanced, you know, but I'm not sure. Maybe Corey did feel that way, but my point is, you're not going to really have a moment like that with Anton where he's going to say, you know what, you right. Slavery did happen. You know, you right. We are affected by slavery. Anton is never going to concede. I mean, you really have to catch him red-handed in a debate for him to really concede. And I don't think that Corey has that ability, or if he even caught him in something, he might not even realize that he caught him in something because he's not a skilled debater. And also with Anton, you know, him and I want to say, well, him and Charleston White are cool, but I want to say Charleston was on his show because, you know, they had a little falling out. And I think Charleston was breaking down how to go viral on the internet on his show. I want to say he did, but nonetheless, Charleston has those conversations out there and they're pretty cool. But I just believe that he definitely either talked to Charleston or just used the playbook, a page out of Charleston's book on how to go viral. Because I know Charleston probably was like, oh, Anton, you know, he called him Antoine. Antoine, I go up there and get that old big old Negro. I get him mad like this. And I know that if Charleston wanted to go up there and trigger Corey the same way Anton did, he would be able to do it. Because Charleston White is a master at that. He's even said he'll give you the conversation that you want. And we've seen Charleston on different people's platform, man, be like this guy's a freaking genius. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll see him on somebody else's platform acting a damn fool. We like this, you know, this dude is going crazy. So I think that Anton definitely took that strategy from Charleston. And when he went up there, you know, he was ready to, you know, match his energy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if Corey would have went outside, I'm not saying that they wouldn't have rumbled. I would have gave it more so the Anton just because of the different, you know, elements, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think neither one want to fight, because if Corey, if he would have said the D sucking comment again, and Corey would have snuffed him or grabbed him up, of course everybody would have broke it up. It would have looked bad on Anton. If they would have went outside and they would have got the record, and Anton put the pause on Corey would have looked bad too. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that would have still been in Corey's favor is that Corey is the people's champ. And people love Corey because he's speaking up for the everyday kind of in the street type person. And Anton is like, he part of the system. And that's how people look at Anton. So even if he would have whooped up on Corey, it has been a line of Negroes waiting to catch him outside to get their turn. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you know what I mean? You still pro-whitey. That still don't change anything. So, and even a lot of the guys that I'm seeing agreeing with Anton, like Cooley, and I seen him on what's the brother name that was on that was the sports commentator that sports that got into it with Joy Taylor. What's that guy's name? They got into it with Joy Taylor, the big guy. I'm gonna find. I seen Anton up there as well. So Anton is making the round. Anton is making the rounds with guys that agree with him, which is fine. But these guys that agree with him are they kind of had that so-called conservative racism doesn't exist, type of rhetoric. Yeah, I'm gonna find his name in a minute. But yeah.
All right. As you find his name, let me continue to play the rest of this.
Okay, cool.
It happens when it happens. I'm a chess player. That's what I said.
Jason Whitlock. Someone said
Jason Whitlock.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
It's Jason Whitlock.
If you guys like the stream or don't, you can support the channel by hitting the super chat or cash app. It's optional, As you know, I didn't want to do it so late, but better late than never, doing this because personally, I'm a person how I move. I don't like to jump into things unless I have the feeling I should. And I know most people want to get it out the way, but to me, how I think is already adultery already when everybody gives their take instead of just sitting back and letting it really rock out for a few days to hear not only Corey's side, but see if Anton's side, but not hear Corey's side. That's what I should wait for that for the next 5150 show on Tuesday. But I'd rather get out the way now because I don't think no one else is going to discuss this. I doubt Corey might talk about this, but if he does, hell, people are going to do a follow-up. That's how I look at it. But let me keep playing.
Maybe you walked into something that you wasn't expecting.
I don't go with.
Maybe I knew what you was gonna do before you did it.
Maybe, maybe. But I tell you what. That's a dangerous game to play, especially if you got a life that you live in. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was finna happen like that fast. That's why out here I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
you say I don't walk under the code?
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes.
I believe you.
When it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all why I like the chat.
Everything but himself and white men.
No, listen. I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it, or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the chat.
Ain't shit on himself.
I'm not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah, you shitted on black people. You shitted on motherfuckers. I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face. Be
Shout out-
careful
shout-
shitting on me because
shout
I
out
feel
to the
like you
chat.
talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm
Well,
telling
be
you.
careful.
I'm telling you.
You
that-
shitted on me to my face, but that shit will
Corey,
lead to some
would
danger.
we please stop the
Trust me.
the tough talk? I got security. You got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I
doing
ain't got
shit.
security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody. To
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
And before we continue, I have to do this, you know, as people that contribute to the show. I got to show my love and support. Here you go.
money.
Show you the money. Show you the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
And like always, I thank you, my brother, library car holder, for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I know he's in the chat room. He's right there, but you know, let's continue.
Talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm
you're
not
even
talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You
easily
said you
triggered?
disrespected me in my face. And then you act like
you
it was all
said that I
good.
disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face
because you don't accept the apology because you
still talk
feel
about
some type of
everybody
way.
else except yourself and
No,
white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended?
You still talk about me? It sounds like I'm arguing
because I'm right. See what I'm
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man.
You
Just gone.
hypocrite. I'm out the jet.
You done did this before. Get your bitch ass the Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on. And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on. Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she be on the show? I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga.
Goddamn.
And go get you a bodyguard because the nigga be done slap the shit out your bitch ass. I got shit to do. I ain't finna follow that nigga out the door. I am who I say I am. I stand on it. Fuck a friend. Now who the next motherfucker to come up here? What up?
So there's a new word in the dictionary called rage bait, right? So that's what you just witnessed. So
Rage bait. Let me tell you something.
It's a new word.
That ain't no new word.
Okay, bet. It's
Let me
old
tell you
behavior,
something.
new word.
Where I'm from, if a nigga say something about sucking dick, nigga, it's on.
And he knows
I don't know nothing about no niggas saying nothing to no nigga where niggas talk about suck dick and niggas be ready to swing.
And he knows that.
But he didn't say that dick sucking shit again. Get your fat ass out of here, nigga.
There's just certain words
That's
you
a
just don't
hating.
use.
In here with this bitch that he know ain't his wife and motherfucker trying to get the bitch on the show. Bitch, nigga, you ain't got it like that, nigga. Get your cake ass out of here, nigga. Like I'm finna be upset. This is what I wanted to talk about today, mainly. We have a situation in America going on where there are a lot of men that don't want to reveal themselves, but they have bitterness because they know you're not the type of guy they are on the backdooria side of the game. Let me say this one more time. There's a lot of men in this world that don't want to reveal themselves, but they're upset at men who expose backdooria, so they find other ways to talk about you and they won't never reveal who they are. I want to start a campaign to teach men how to be good sissies. I talked to a couple of people I know today. A good sissy is a man who knows how he gets down and he knows how you get down and he won't never cross them lines. I could be around a man who indulges in other men behavior, and he know I don't get down like that. So if he don't ever impose it on me or find ways to talk crazy to me that's not straight on, see, the straight on way, he don't like you because you don't agree with the backdooria behavior. But if they don't want to come at you like, I know you don't like backdooria behavior, they come at you with something else. It's the curveball effect. So we have to teach these guys how to be good sissies. Hold on.
I gotta
that's
say,
still on the phone.
hey, again, remember, he would rather storm off than talk shit about.
He's done that
white
before.
men,
He's done that. He didn't never say nothing about white men.
Democratic shit.
Right. He didn't never say nothing about white
Stormed
men.
off. He wouldn't say shit about.
But
the white men.
he didn't have to say nothing about white men. If he'd said something about me sucking dick again, I was already looking at that eyeball because that's what I wanted. I wanted that nigga to be on that next podcast like this.
He wouldn't look a white man in the eye.
If he'd have said something about sucking dick right there, I was finna found that nigga, and whatever come with it, I'll be having to spend some more money in court because I don't want no court cases. In fact, I really can't have a court case right now because I got shit going on with court cases. But I am a man, and you can't step to me with that dick sucking shit like right here. I can see if you were like out in the park arguing with a nigga, that nigga be like, fuck you, nigga, suck my dick. All that. That's different. That's different. That's a nigga yelling, looking for it. But this motherfucker thought he was gonna sit here and say to me something about sucking dick. I ain't even mad at the nigga because I believe the nigga is weird. But that's okay. You could be weird. You just can't step to motherfuckers with dick sucking shit. Niggas fight. Niggas kill each other over that. And I really don't think he know that. Did he just say he ain't got no friends that been to jail? Did he really say that? Yeah. Who the fuck ain't got people that went to jail that live in Detroit?
I can't. I can't.
The mayor went to jail. What the fuck? How the fuck is you in Detroit? I'll call all my Detroit niggas. Do y'all know a nigga that ain't been to jail? I mean, do y'all have any friends that ain't never been to jail?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he interviewed Kirkpatrick.
The only
Anton.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, really?
he did. Oh. Look, you could pull it up right now. He interviewed Kirkpatrick.
Only man who
Interesting. Well, this video is almost done. One more minute.
Yeah.
Who I know who would say that is a man who ain't bold enough to say nothing about the Caucasian responsibilities in America and what they did to make things go bad. But back on the good sissy, because we on the good sissy. We need to teach our men who indulge in that type of behavior how to be confident and honest about who they are where there is no issues. Like, you can't act like you're mad at me because Corey didn't do something right on the internet. But the truth is, you mess with men and you didn't want to say you mess with men, and that's really your issue with me. In Hollywood, Atlanta, and everywhere else over the internet, I don't know, that nigga probably gone.
You know what? Dog walk. Dog walkers.
Man, you know who looked the scaredest?
Dog walk.
Who looked the scaredest? His bodyguard. That nigga was like.
Hey, I'll beat your ass, nigga.
We ain't beat nobody yet.
No.
Hey, can I tell y'all something? Hold on, let me tell y'all something. This is not a lie. Phil, Nail, hey, what this thing cost?
All right. That's it for that video.
Yeah.
I play enough of it just for people to get the idea.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I said, if he interviews people that been to jail, that's different from being that life. And yeah, Corey's right. Who hasn't known black people that's not engaged in heavy criminality? Because there are many places that is well known that these people keep talking about that where black people reside the most, that does heavily and about that work. Chicago, I think California, and also Detroit, and maybe New York somewhat, but
Detroit has, man, Maserati Rick, White Boy Rick, the big Boom, the big hitman dude that was getting interviewed all the time by the white dude. I can't think of the white guy named Prophet or something like that, but big Boom cutting people up and doing all kinds of hits and stuff like that from Detroit. Man, the gangster stuff, the pimping and all that, the Chamber Brothers. Come on, man, stop it. Man, it was some heavy players. A Big Meech in them from Detroit.
Yeah, I heard Big Meech
players that came from out of Detroit, and that culture, it bleeds into everyday life, even if you ain't in the game. You got to really be on some boule high society type time never to have seen that, and even still, you probably still seen it or rubbed shoulders with it because it was so embedded in the culture of Detroit. So Anton, again, he wasn't trying to find common ground with Corey again to give him like, yeah, I mean, I got cousins that have been to penitentiary. Oh, shoot, them dudes must ain't told you then. So he didn't want to ever. He got some people that he know that he in passing, and he knows somebody, but he just could never agree with Corey and give Corey any common ground in the discussion at any point. And that's why when he even said, "You don't know nobody been to prison, do you?" He said, "Shoot, I don't be around people. I don't know nobody like that." Come on, man. And it's not because all blacks been in prison, but we know how white folks done set this thing up. You know what I'm saying? A black man every black man, or in the 90 percentile, have been stopped by the police. Now,
of course,
if you look at how many black men that are in America, right, and we talking probably from the age of 12 years old to 7.
Yeah.
If you look at it, how is it possible that damn near every black man has had probably a negative, unjust interaction with the police? The only way you could pull something like that off is if you are profiling black people. Because if you were to only deal with black people when they are committing a crime or suspected of committing a crime, every black person could not contest to being stopped by the police. But because you're violating people and you just messing with blacks walking down the street, that's how you're able to touch every black person. If you in a community like I grew up, even if you're a working black man and you going back and forth to work every day, police will stop you just to know who you are. Even though they see you walking back and forth, got your work boots on, your hard hat and everything, you'll be walking down the street one day and they put the light in your face. Just stuff like that. Why are you putting the light in my face? You know that little spotlight they behind on their car, they put it in your face. And they see, oh, that's the dude, man. He in construction, we work down there, but they know who you are because you're a black man and you in that neighborhood. So that's not a coincidence that all black men, the majority of black men, can even contest to having a interaction with the police that was unconstitutional, or your rights were just straight up violated and you ain't do anything. So again, for Anton to pretend like he doesn't know that or he doesn't know anybody like that, you're being disingenuous, man. But yeah, I'm looking it up. That Kwame Kirkpatrick. I'm looking at the interview right now on my phone when Anton Daniels interviewed the mayor. So he playing games, man. He playing major games. You still there?
My fault. My finger's muted. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would say they don't take Anton really serious because he's one of them square weirdo dudes. You get me? You're around people that are a part of that, weirdo life, of the other, confused with their, pirate parts. I mean, people look at overall when his content and all that stuff say about bag chasers. I mean, you can go somewhere else to go get better, you know, advice and stuff to how to get money. I mean,
Yeah.
some people, I'll say this: if you really want to make money, get money, you're going to have to go old school. You're going to have to either get one of those so-called mentors, if you could trust one, or you have to go find free stuff and start from there and find some books and start re-educate yourself. That's the only way you're gonna get through this, unless you know something you could trust that could guide you or give you further. But all the other extra stuff where you have to go pay somebody on Patreon just to make an extra couple bucks, $1,000. I mean, that's wasting money.
I totally agree.
In my opinion, it is wasting money, and I never subscribe to that, even if I wanted to. I look at overall saying that with so much information, especially with artificial intelligence here now, there are ways you could skin a cat and make some out here. You know,
right?
It's going to require some work, which a lot of us don't want to do. That's why we don't really get the results we do. But you're going to have to put in some goddamn work, and you're going to have to be dedicated and disciplined. And that means you might have to crack a book here and there. You might have to watch a video here. You're going to have to do these things. The things that's uncomfortable that makes you want to get the results. And I think majority of Black people, even we could say Black men, are not there mentally to be uncomfortable. They got to be really uncomfortable and hit rock bottom. And a lot of people don't like that word.
That's true.
But I'm saying this: you have to be really down and out, bad, to just say either I'm gonna sink more, or I'm gonna swim up the top and get above water. And I think
real talk.
Enough people are not sinking enough to really say I need air to really make a change. So with Anton, he's no exception to rule. I mean, he's there like any other content creator. He found a lane that works for the last 7 years, since 2019 when he took it seriously, and now he's up over 1 million subscribers and has other channels that's probably pushing 100K or more subscribers. But I don't really go too much with the subscriber count now. I look at the views now because a lot of people got a lot of subscribers, but
but they don't have no interview. They don't have.
Look at Pearly Banks. She has over 2 million subscribers, but you look at her view count is subpar, below what it should match from the amount of real audience. That tells you don't got no actual audience. Your audience was probably there, but they no longer engaged with your content.
Exactly.
Some still subscribe, but they're not really engaged. That tells by the view count.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, because Kevin Samuels had 33,000 people watching.
Yeah, one of those one with the Chris Rock slap was one of the last big ones. He had that the most 30 something. You get me?
No, I was saying Kevin Samuels when he was going live.
Yeah, well, if you look at Kevin Samuels, at most he'll get 4,000 to 5,000, and even on a good stream, he might push 10K depending on the subject.
Yeah.
But when he started hitting the 1,000 and more mark, that was during summertime. I know, I followed him from day in until his transition.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So when he started pivot and change his content to focus on women back in May, I would say May 6th.
Okay.
Or May 10th or 12th. But come here, he was gone on May 5th. It was like during that same month, either the next week, he started change the pivot to focus on women, and that's when he started to really shine.
Exactly.
You know, and the reason why, because he knows the market, he knows his lane, and that's how it works. Remember, Anton used to mess around with Kevin. You know what I'm saying?
He spoke at his funeral.
Yeah, he remember, he paid money to get better. So I give him credit that he took a Black man, paid a Black man how to be better as a man, and how I give him credit for that. But all that stuff, what he's doing now, ain't nobody really rocking with that. They look at him as weird.
Yeah, nobody's rocking with it, man. And like I said, I tried to, go on this panel and kick it with the crew, and they cool. They didn't it wasn't no disrespect, but I'm about having a serious conversation. I'm not doing that. You the new guy, so we gonna break your balls. I might be the new guy, but I'm the old guy. You know what I mean? So when I kind of seen like these guys, they want to kind of play around and what you say? Oh nah, cause see you said this, and trying to like catch you up. I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm not even going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting into that. You know what I mean? If you want to have a straight conversation on some grown man kind of time, we could do that. But if you see all the time, people pick up their content because it's some viral back and forth that they've had with each other. I'm not that dude. I don't mind showing my face. I don't mind having a real straight up conversation. But all that, trying to catch somebody up and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, that ain't what I ain't come here for that. And that's why I jumped off Clubhouse. That's the first time I had ran across Anton, because he was on Clubhouse when everybody was up there, you know. So I remember him being up there before he ever even blew up on YouTube. He was over at Clubhouse like everybody else was. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. The brother, man, these guys, and it's something that Tariq Nasheed always would say, that what he does, it's no retirement plan for soft shoeing. I don't like to do a bunch of name calling, so I don't want to use, call them no names or whatever, but it's not a retirement plan for what Anton Daniels is doing. We saw it with Officer Tatum, we seeing it with Candace Owens. These people eat their young, or like I forgot who says this all the time, that that white supremacists break their tools, after they use them. You know what I'm saying? And Anton right now is a tool that the white supremacists is using. And that's unfortunate, but hey.
It's Anton's day is coming. It's coming.
Unfortunately, I hate to see the brother, that had to happen to him, but it is. And even Anton had pivoted away because he would show his wife and his daughter a couple of times on the podcast. I didn't know he showed his daughter. I didn't know he showed. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. He I seen his daughter, not like she put her face, I don't believe, maybe once, but she'll be like in the background, and he'll be asking her a question, and she'll be answering it, or he'll be referring to like what she's doing. I think she was in some type of jiu-jitsu, karate, something. So he would mention his family a lot. And then, of course, his wife would come on and co-sign a lot of stuff that he was saying, or she was always like behind the camera where he would refer to something and she would speak back. If you may not know this, if you don't watch his stuff, you don't see.
I see his wife. I'm not sure his wife still participate what he's doing.
Yeah,
now.
but she's gotten away because the more and more Anton has made quote unquote enemies, you got to now shield your family from that. Because
that's what I'm hearing. I've been hearing some other things that they had some issues within their marriage, but obviously, there's not gonna be no divorce, because if there was divorce, trust me,
it'd be all over the place.
But
I can see that they've been together, and again, that's no knock on Anton. They've been together for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And then Anton online,
22 years.
22 years, and then he's online talking the talk. He always around women. You're around the girl Mika. She's a baddie. You know what I'm saying? So you running around with her. I'm not saying that they got anything going on, but I mean, come on, you run around with this beautiful woman all the time and other women and That could be, that could turn into a lot of things that a wife after 22 years would be scratching her chin like, come on now. I mean, I'm with you, but come on. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't gotta call your name. I'm a student of Nearly Fuller Jr., so I'm gonna be a little bit more tactical about how I talk and deal with you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't gotta do the arguing back and forth, because even what him and Corey did, I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Just as black men, doing that. However, when it came to the business, everybody stood on business or drew the line or whatever, and it is what it is as men. I'm not gonna break that up once men have decided they're gonna do what men do in those situations. I ain't gonna come in there, hey brother, we need to come on now, we need to come together. We done crossed that come together line. Now we need to get it on, and then we can get back to the business. That's how it is with us. So I wouldn't be, but up before that, let's have a real conversation. And Anton know where the smoke is. He know where brothers like you are. He knows where Dr. Tia Johnson. You know where to come if you want to have an intellectual conversation. You don't want to have an intellectual conversation. You want to have what you had with Corey Holcomb. That's what you wanted. Because if you wanted some real intellectual conversation, you can come on the side where brothers they're not going to raise their voice. They're going to only use their words. They're not going to use profanity or ad hominem attacks. They're going to go straight at your arguments, and that's it. Anton don't want that. He don't want that because he'll be here because everybody knows. I've been on Cooley podcast. It's the same thing. These guys, you can't. These guys, I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, but these whole racism don't exist and all that argument. Come on, man. That's why him and Cap was going against each other for a while. Cooley and Cap, I can't never say his last name, but the brother that is the head of one of the Israelite communities. They was going back and forth for a little while on the internet. And Cap was crushing them because Cap he knows that Bible. You know, he knows it in and out. You know, despite what people might think about Christianity, he knows the Bible. And they was going back and forth about that for a while. And I'm just like, Cooley, you're not really an intellectual guy like that. You sound with your cadence and you're like, yeah, you know, and all that. You know, you try to sound, but you're not though, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're not, man. I even seen when him and Prince Sella did a debate, and you couldn't even really take Prince Sella to task. So you kept cutting her off. You kept kind of like trying to control the conversation where she couldn't get her feet set, and you know she rolled out. You know what I mean? Because you're not really. And even Prince Sella, these people know who to really talk to have an intellectual conversation. You know what I mean? So these people are not serious about having these talks for real. They just want to get clips and views, and they not serious. And I be having to take my emotions out of it because I'm so serious about Black people that when I come on here, I'm humble. I want to have a conversation where we agree or disagree. And then when people get to playing, I can get mad because I'm like, yo, man, I thought you wanted to talk, man. Not that we got to agree, you know what I'm saying? But I thought you want to have a real conversation. You want to play schoolyard games. I didn't come up here for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I get you.
Yeah.
Well, but let me conclude this.
Okay,
thank
cool.
You, Library Carholder.
Yeah, I appreciate the love, man.
I appreciate Cameron. You know, at times, you know, I say it's a last minute thing, but I just got out the way. So now we can go on to other content. So
absolutely. I'm glad you did because I wanted to get this off my chest too. Because I'm like, people not seeing what really happened, man. They just, you know, one side, the other side, but both of them drew a line and neither one of them crossed it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate you doing the thing, doing Highness Talk and inviting me up, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay,
we'll talk again soon. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, guys, that's it for today's stream. Like always, the one thing you should get out of this is this could be all a setup for all we know. This could be maybe real. At the end of the day, these two Black men, regardless of their status, was not really going to do anything, in my opinion, serious unless that's go there. And this other thing about other Black men said what they would do if they're in that situation. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When Black people talk about, especially other Black men, we talk about this, unless you're really about that life and you did that in front of live air, to me, I gotta look at a side eye that you might do it, but I doubt it. Personally, that's me. I'd rather be seeing than believing. But that's me, guys. Anyhow, make sure you subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. Follow my social media links; they're all in the description below. And like always, like, comment, and leave comments at the end of this one if you made this far. Thank you for listening. Until next time, let us reign.
Man, all you hoes. You and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. All you hoes. Don't give a
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign